the Moab. I
Okay.
don't even think it really matters as much as it does the music.
You guys are
Yeah.
Like what you put.
Well, it's
Both.
you have to get.
We live?
go.
All right. Bumblebee tuna. All right, everybody. So this is the live raffle for MyGolfSpy. Every year we take donations from readers, and
Deals are so good, you won't believe
what kind of deals they got?
I don't know. I'm on the YouTube. Stop.
Sorry, we don't.
What is going on?
This is our first rodeo.
Alright, we're good.
Anyway, just a quick intro for everybody. This is the MyGolfSpy channel. Kind of the consumer reports of golf. We test everything from driver down to putter, from rain gear to shoes every year. And every year we have testers coming through here every day to test all the equipment. And after the tests are done, we take a certain amount of this equipment that you see behind us here, and we donate it back to the readers. Some of it we give away to the testers, and some of it we donate to the readers. So if anybody has donated to MyGolfSpy this year in 2021, you've been automatically entered into the raffle. And then in the chat area for YouTube, you can still donate, and we're going to include a couple giveaways for the people that donate today on YouTube as well. So to get started, we'll have a list of the products we're giving away. Harry can go down some of the stuff we're donating.
So yeah, some of it we got Callaway X Forged set, PXG Gen 4s, 0311 Tour series. That's a pretty sweet set. Ping G425 LST driver, the Max version. We got Titleist driving iron. We got wedges. We got SM8 wedges. Odyssey putter, Evnroll birdie ball putting mat, and then we got, I think you say Juice rain gear set, either in a size medium or large. So you just let me know whoever is the winner on that one. So yeah, we got a lot more products as well. We got 20 in total.
All right, so we're going to give it 20 items away. It totals at about, I think, 15,000. Is that what
We're
it was?
probably pushing it.
Pushing 15,000.
Maybe more than 15,000. Yeah.
Okay. So what do we want to give away first,
I
Harry?
don't know. Draw a name out the hat, maybe something like that. Whatever.
Let's see. All right, what we got? All right, actually, so there'll be a number attached to these. So there was a little over 1,100 donors for the last donation drive we did. So number 44, Jeremy Carter, Odyssey Toulon Chicago Putter.
Right here.
There you go.
It's actually pretty sexy. I don't know if anyone can see it, but we'll just show it to the camera on the YouTube. And then you got that one. Pretty sexy.
All right, so Jeremy Carter, Odyssey Toulon Chicago Putter. Jeremy, I appreciate the donation to MyGolfSpy, which helps us do a lot of the things we do around here in regards to testing. And every year, obviously, companies help by sending in equipment for testing. But every year, for those that don't, we spend quite a large sum of money on buying our own equipment to test for everybody. So it helps us, and then we try to give it back to you guys. So the next one we'll do, you want to do it? Harold?
If I can't pronounce the name, you know. Have to.
I hope he gets a good one.
Yep.
Oh, he got it.
Eric Thor.
No.
No, Thor.
Thorvaldsen.
Thor Valdes. That's an Evnroll ER11V putter.
Eric Thorvaldsen, number 663.
I'm just going to call you Thor,
Okay.
because it's a lot easier. So you got this little bad boy right here. Do love myself an Evnroll. Got a plum of neck on there. It is good. But yeah, at the end of the day, we all appreciate all your donations. At the end of the day, if it's 1 cent up to $100, whatever it may be, we appreciate every single thing, because you're helping us still do what we do. And at the end of the day, we do it for you. So,
All right. We'll give away. Actually, we'll do a Q&A real quick. Give away a couple items. If you guys have any questions about anything that we've done at MyGolfSpy or any golf equipment questions, you can put them in the chat. You can type them in YouTube, or you can put them into Instagram as well. All right, let's see. Anything popping up yet?
No,
Can we give
no
away
questions
another
right
item?
yet. Yeah, let's
Okay.
go with giveaway.
We'll give away another item while you guys ask some questions. All right, Ryan Nielsen, a Callaway Epic Super Hybrid. Right here.
Yep.
Ooh, steel fiber.
That's actually a really good shaft. I like that shaft.
I do.
Look, it's even wrapped for you. Even bubble wrapped. Hasn't even been hit.
So that's Ryan Nielsen.
We've got a couple of questions coming in.
Says the sound is good.
So what altitude do you use when doing your testing on the simulators? We do it as normalized conditions. So that is 0 elevation because we're at sea level. That way it's not going to be exaggerated and go from there. So if you're in Arizona, it's going to be higher and air density, this, that, and the other. So we make everything level playing field, and then when it comes to wherever you live, then you have to make those adjustments.
Okay, what else we got? What piece of equipment or ball most surprised you in your testing?
I know mine.
Go ahead.
Tyler's tour speed. That was a huge one for me. Look, I mean, just watching it in Arizona, doing the ball test over and over again, it was one of the balls that just kicked the shit out of everyone. Just because it's their cheaper version of their ball, right?
Yeah, it's.
But the quality was so good.
Yeah.
And it went a long way. The ball speeds were consistent. It just went straight, long, and it was surprising because I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. It's probably me. That was mine.
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of really good products this year, especially like in the putter category. Odyssey did really well this year, both in the blade and the mallet section. I think they won both this year, correct? Yeah.
Don't quote me, but I think they did. Yeah.
So.
And they smashed it last year.
Correct.
With the triple track.
Yeah, and the Stroke Lab seems to be a good fit for them. So, Tour Speed and the 2 Callaway putters that won the blade and the mallet section. All right, I'll get one more name here. You can do one.
Go on, you do. I'll look for another.
All right, the next up is 1023, Brett Williams, Titleist 0510 2 iron.
Ooh, this one's right here. It's going to be tough to potentially see it.
Ooh.
But you've got that one coming to you.
All right, that's for Brett Williams for the Titleist 2 iron. All right, what do we got here? That's a good question. We get this question a lot. When or more no putts given hats going to be available? Definitely in the new year in 2022. It's going to probably be a while. There's definitely some issues with manufacturing and things like that. But we're going to have a whole new line of gear out for 2022, probably in the April timeframe. But hats, shirts, a bunch of other cool stuff. Hopefully.
So let's do this one. What test do you look forward to the most? I'll do soft goods. You do hard goods.
I do hard goods.
Yeah.
Driver testing. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the one that most people are most interested in seeing. I think the hardest test for us to do is wedge testing, right? And we keep trying to get better at it. But driver testing, I think, is the one that people come to us most. So yeah, and this year we've got some. I think this year will probably be the best year in driver testing we've seen in probably five plus years.
We say that all the time, but it does get better.
This year is going to be the best one.
Well, you got some stand-ups that we can't talk about, but the technology behind it, this, that, and the other, it is raised my eyes a little bit.
Yeah, generally we've seen less than a mile-an-hour ball speed from year to year, right? And about 1 yard on average in our driver testing from year to year. But this year we're seeing a few that ball speeds are jumping up, not more evolutionary, but more a little bit more revolutionary. So pretty good stuff.
For soft goods, I would say I've got 2. Shoes, I always look forward to shoes because you got to have a good pair of clogs on your feet when you go play golf. But launch monitors are the one for me. It's one of those spaces that is getting really big very quickly, and it's whether it's going to be accurate or not is probably at the end of the day 9 times out of 10 what you want to get out of it. So that's the space that I see the products expanding a lot more and very quickly. So I really enjoy delving into that and really seeing what is the best one compared to a GC quad.
We got a good one we get a lot over the years is, would you ever consider testing golf grips? Yeah, we consider testing pretty much everything. The problem with it is when you first think about what you're going to test, you have to think about what the protocol for the test will be, how long it's going to take. And with golf grips, the interesting thing is by the time you would get done with a statistically significant test that would tell you if one was actually better than the other, by the time you were done, new grips would be on the market for the most part. So we try to prioritize the tests we do and do the ones that impact the most people. And we would love to test grips one day in a way that meant something. But right now, it's probably not top priority, but definitely one that's on our list. You want to go for another name?
Yeah, I'm just going to clarify this one. Brent Steels?
Brent Sites.
Close.
Stilts.
Close. He said, I donated this morning. Did my name get put in the head cover? Yes, it did. So we just pulled everyone's hat about 3 minutes ago before we started. So yes, everyone that's donated at the start and throughout the whole year has been entered into this. And then people who are donating on both channels right now will get entered into the 2 draws at the end. So,
all right, so I pulled the next name, 131 John Hefferon, a Ping G425 LST.
this might be it here.
Still one of my favorite drivers.
Yep. The LST. I do like this driver. It was one of the biggest ones.
It's performed well in our testing pretty much every year. It's probably the one that exudes the most confidence when people stand over tee of probably hitting the fairway best.
And this is an X-Flex, but if you're not an X-Flex, we do have another shaft that we can pop in there for you. So when we send out these emails confirming the winners, just let me know what kind of flex you need. Loft is, you're stuck with the loft. But the flex, you can do the flex.
All right, the next winner is number 476, Kenneth Kinchin, and he wins a Titleist TSI 1 driver.
No. To be honest, I'm just going to unwrap it because at the end of the day, I think the TSI line is the best Titleist line that's come out. I played a TSI 3 and Titleist have always had a little bit too much spin for me regarding drivers, but they absolutely nailed it when it came to this line. Really, really enjoyed that one. Congrats.
So we get this one too sometimes. MyGolfSpy test at old man swing speeds. Logical question when you look at the numbers and the data that comes from that, but if you actually spent some time to read the data and the articles, I think you would see that that's a average of all swing speeds, and why the final number looks somewhat low maybe to you 300-yard bombers. You can still dive into the data and find the people that relate closest to your swing speed, and those numbers obviously would jump up. So for example, like a driver test, let's say it's 15,000 swings ranging from 65 to 125 miles an hour. Obviously when you average those out, averages come out around 240, 245, but when you dive into the swing speeds in the 100 to 120 mile an hour swing speed, those numbers are going to jump up. So for those that see the swing speeds and think they're off, sometimes you just need to go read the whole article and find the data that relates best to you. You want to pick one?
Sure. Deep down. Calvin Kwan. Gwen?
Kwan. Calvin Kwan. Calvin Klein.
Calvin Klein.
There you go.
Callaway Jaws wedge.
All right. Calvin Kwan.
Sorry, I've been looking at photos for the last 5 weeks. It feels terrible. Looks terrible. Because my eyes are just squinting right now. But this is a good wedge. I like this wedge.
All right. Let's see if we got any more questions. Most consistent manufacturer of golf clubs. Whew. Well, I will say the ones that we think have the tightest restrictions on quality control that we've seen and what they allow to be put on or in their clubs, and that would probably be Titleist. I mean, they've got pretty high standards, and what shafts they allow to go in there that pass some really rigid testing. Same with grips and things like that. So out of all the traveling around to all the different manufacturers, that's probably been the one that's impressed us the most, I would say. So
I got one. What new direct-to-consumer irons has impressed you the most this year? I wouldn't say it's a new one for me. It's sub 70, purely because if you have an issue, you go straight to the owner of the company. There's no middleman. There isn't anything dodging a question. He's going to pick up the phone, and they make pretty damn good products for the price that they charge. I mean, at the end of the day, I think their irons range between $499 to $699 for a set. I mean, name another brand out there that has a good product for that kind of price. So for me, it would be sub 70.
all right, I have a question for you, Harry. What puts you on the spot? First thing that comes to mind, what is the best launch monitor for under $1,000?
I have to give one.
Have to.
Okay, Rapsodo.
Okay, why?
It's for the. Yes, it has a limited amount of data matrix, but they are pretty accurate when it comes to that. You get to look at your swing. You get to look at what you're doing wrong. You can have competitions online. You can do a lot of kind of stuff in there. Mevo, I can't remember how much Mevo was. It might be under $1,000 as well.
Depends on which unit, but
Mevo
more.
Plus is $199. I think Mevo is $600.
Well, I think what.
So that Mevo would be up there as well. But the only thing about Mevo, if you want consistent ball spin, launch conditions, this, that, and the other, is you have to spot up the balls with little reflective dimples. Now, Titleist have come out of a ball, a DTC ball, which has that reflective cover, which helps with Doppler radars. But the issue with Doppler radar, in my opinion, is the smaller Doppler radar, the harder it is to capture consistent and accurate data. Especially indoors. Indoors is a struggle. Outdoors, it's a bit better, but it's nowhere near like a TrackMan where it's a huge Doppler radar. So, for me, Mevo and Rapsodo.
And if you're looking at something under $1,000 and expecting it to be as good as a Foresight or TrackMan, it's just not going to happen. So they're just not there yet with the tech. Maybe one day they will be, but right now they're not. So I think the Rapsodo, the cool thing that he was talking about is it has a lot of really cool features. They're all similar. None of them are as accurate as Foresight or TrackMan. So what you're really getting is something is good enough, and then has some cool features. All right, next winner is number 21, Rafael Gonzalez. And what's the name of that product?
Juice
Juice
Pro. So you got rain gear. So I think this rain gear is above $1,000 in general. It is it is the best what I've tested rain suit in the market currently. It's got flex points all around your back, your shoulders, wherever you're flexing, it expands and allows you to not even feel like the jacket's even on. And that's in the pants too. Top quality set right there.
All right, you want to pick one?
God, this is really bad when I come about with names. I'm good with faces. Jerry Bonzanga. Bonzanga.
Where's the G?
I don't know, I'm putting one in there.
Bozinda.
There you go.
Jerry Bozinda.
Jerry.
What do you win?
SMA.
The title's SMA 60 degree.
I'm not even going to take that off because it's just too sexy. So I got these wedges. Love the variety of bounce and grinds you can get with these Vokey. This one is a 68 degree M. Hey, it's mine. I got that one.
Is that out of your bag?
No, it's brand new.
All right. Well, I think we're going to take a small break, and Harry's going to do a long drive contest. So I don't know how much you know about Harry. He's a professional golfer, actually. And he's competed against people like Jamie Sadlowski. Have you ever gone against?
Not in like a competition.
Correct. But you held your own head-to-head. You were 20.
I wasn't like shocked about how far ahead he was. No, he was about 20, 30 yards. 20, 30 yards, yeah.
It was a lot, right? So you hit 340, 350. That's a long way. You must.
I was happy. I was happy with it. I'm not
Good.
gonna lie.
won a few tournaments this year as a professional golfer, or 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won a few. Played in PGA Canada event. Because of COVID, it was in the US. I got an exemption into one of those. A little bit nervous in the first round, but this was down in the Fuzzy Zeller course down there. I shot 3 over 3 under, and that last round kind of could have been a lot. It could have been 8, but I lipped out those times. Really enjoyed it. It was fantastic. Golf and atmosphere, great competition. Can't complain at all. So.
Well, do you want to do the long drive thing? What we can do is, I don't know if we're going to turn everything to that. Okay. So Harry can warm up with some drives. Oh man, he's got the old beast out
That's
there.
the only one. I do crush it though.
He does.
All right, I need a warm up.
So he's going to hit some warm up shots, and we're going to do one shot, and whoever guesses closest without going over, we'll give away a prize too. So start putting in your guesses if you want to, and in the meantime, I'll do one more giveaway and answer some questions. All right. Let's see. All right. Jeff Gruder wins a Honma TR20 driver. So Jeff, I appreciate the donation, and for that, this is what you're gonna get. A brand new. Harry's taking off his shirt over there, getting ready to.
Oh, I have to.
All right.
You can see my coat, my Christmas belly.
Oh, people are really confident here.
What we,
Dave just said, what did Dave say?
341.
329. I got a 365.
No one's 420.
Chris said 178 yards.
That actually might be accurate.
Answer the question. Was the best digital? Let's see. Harry's warming up now. We'll see. I'll tell you what his first couple shots are.
Are we gonna? What we doing?
You get 3 warm-up shots.
I'll get 3 warm-up shots.
Yeah.
Are they gonna see him, or they're just gonna hear it?
Oh, you got a 420. Yeah.
All right.
287.
287.
By the way, this is the driver that I'm using, so you might want to change your.
Give the
opinion.
history behind that driver, please.
No, you don't need to give the history about that.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone's seen this one before.
This was, well, whatever. That was a long drive. I used to compete in the long drive stuff a long time ago, and that was one of the drivers. It was an Integra. What was that thing called?
Bazunga?
Bazunga?
Integris S. So long.
So long. There you go.
Somebody wants to see the Tiger Woods stinger from you.
Okay.
With a driver? Alright, so I'm gonna get him. So no one's gonna see the actual.
No one sees the warm-up.
Okay. Told you it was high. Oh, that really hurts my ears.
Senior shaft, 256.
First swing. Not bad. 380? Is that what that said?
245.
No spin.
It's okay.
Someone said, shit, I didn't know you were hitting a hammer.
This is a Sasquatch.
Okay.
That sounded like a slip disc. Is Harry okay?
It's so bad. It goes though.
All right. Good one?
No, that one's good.
Okay, he's getting warm. He's getting warm. Any good questions? Let's see. Are we going all in on the... All right. In the meantime, while he's warming up, I'll do one more giveaway. All right. So what do we got here? Number 822, Austin Webster wins a PXG Gen 4 set of irons.
Oh.
Sweet. So, Austin, we'll be sending you this box.
Alright, one more warm up.
Dave would like to know if his answer counts as if he just guesses wide right.
Actually, left is the way. Am I gonna hit 3 and
Nope.
take the best one, or just
You get
one?
one shot.
Okay. One more then.
I'll give, yeah, we got to do one.
One more warm up.
Okay? Spinning's not even letting them see any of these warm-ups.
Nope.
Ooh, that's a good one.
No spin, that's gonna go.
All right, so we're ready to go?
Sure.
All right, Harry's going to get one shot. Okay, we have a guest behind the scene. Harry gets one shot. Whoever gets closest without going over, and you're gonna have to give us some time on that one because we're gonna have to go back through all the comments and find not only who was closest but who gave the comment first. So might take us a little while, but we'll figure it out. So whoever gets closest without going over, it's the old, I think that's Price is Right model.
I'll go. This is good.
Hey,
How old is this driver?
very old.
Like 15?
More than that,
Like 20 years?
probably 15, 20.
15, 20 years.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure everyone's changing their answer.
Don't hate on that driver.
It's a good driver. Nope. That's gonna be a short one. It's a short one. Who's spinning?
312 it is.
312 with 2800s. Hey, ball speed wasn't bad though.
175 ball speed. This is great. All right, so whoever got closest to 312 or on the money, we will go back and find the winning answer and make sure you get a prize. So do we need to pick a prize for that?
Okay.
Or no? Of which one it is? No, I'll have to do that once we're done with all these. All right, so next prize up is number 317, Stephen Brown. Wins a Scott Golf SG4 set of irons. Do you remember which ones were the Scott Golfs?
Plain white box.
Plain white box. So, for those out there that haven't heard of Scott Golf, it's a pretty sweet set of irons. So, this is what they look like. Did we test many Scott irons this year? One?
One.
Just
I
one
think,
set?
Yeah.
So, forged set of irons. People really liked them around here. They were kind of DTC before DTC was really an acronym for anything. So this came, they've been making forged irons for, I don't know, close to a decade, I think, but before sub 70, before new level and things like that. So Scott Golf set coming your way. All right, Harry, you can read one.
Always put me on the spot with this. Rob. I'm guessing that's Rob Gardner?
Yep.
Rob?
Rod.
Rod, that's a D?
Yep.
Okay.
What do you win?
G425 Max driver. So, a little bit bigger than the LST. Obviously, weight configuration inside the head's going to be different. But it's a ping product, you know it's going to be consistent. And we've seen it in testing.
All right, we'll take some more questions. In the meantime, if you guys want to put some more questions in the chat, you can. We'll answer some more. And in the meantime, we'll talk about 2022 testing. So Harry and Philip over here behind us are actually doing 2022 testing right now. Can't really show what we're testing right now because some of it is embargoed from some of the bigger names. But this year, like we said, seeing some probably 3, maybe even 4 drivers where ball speeds are definitely pretty high up there. So Harry, what are you thinking for 2022 driver testing so far?
I mean, when we look at driver testing, it's normally incremental increases. So what I say that by that is spin rates get a bit better, the launch angle gets better, more consistent. Ball speeds, if it's going to be a big difference, it's normally in 1 mile an hour is what we see, and that's been the norm. Right now we're seeing upwards to 2, even 5 miles an hour higher with certain golfers that we have tested wise. Me personally, I've seen an increase in 4 miles an hour ball speed. So I'm not going to tell you what product that is, but my own personal testing that I've done, I've seen 4 miles an hour. So for every 1 mile an hour increase, it's equivalent to about 2.5 yards. So when you add that up, it's actually a big difference.
Yeah, and I mean, there was one driver that our staff tested that every single staff member that tested it saw the highest ball speeds they've ever seen before. So that's pretty significant when you really think about it. These guys have been playing golf a real long time, testing golf equipment about as long, and to every one of them see their highest ball speeds ever with the same driver, that's pretty significant for a driver for a new release. Right?
Yeah, it really is.
All right, so the next name we'll give up as a winner is number 712, Elon Thompson, a Zexio Prime driver. And so Elon Thompson, this will be your driver. All right. Anything else interesting? You can actually hear the driver testing going on right behind us right now. We've got Philip. Philip, you want to come over here when you get a second and let him step in and just talk about 2022 testing so far if you want. Anything that's getting you excited? If you think you got a winner.
A winner already?
I mean, who do you think? What's your game?
What are you seeing in testing?
To kind of piggyback on what they said, we're definitely seeing some, not crazy, like game-changing ball speed, but enough to, make your eyes get wide and see enough with a couple different testers. So definitely seeing that. A little too early for me to say, okay, this one's gonna win. But we definitely have the Power 5, Titleist, Ping, Callaway, TaylorMade, and Cobra up there. So we'll see what happens. But definitely some very intriguing model designs, and like I said, it will be interesting to see at the end what the ball speed numbers come out to be. So, but still just getting started. So
yeah, we're so early on. It's not even worth even looking at the trends. The only thing I will say is my personal one is ball speed, and that's one club, actually two clubs that I've hit very early on so far, and that's what I'm seeing is a little bit of an uptick. But I haven't seen everyone. I haven't hit every single driver on the market, so I can't say that's definitive across all boards or just these two right now. So it is an interesting.
yeah.
It's going to be exciting 2022 driver testing.
Yeah, and another little tidbit is we have 39 drivers that we're testing this year, which is the most by far.
Which is
we've
two
ever
more
had.
since last year, correct? Did we do 38?
One
39?
more. We had 38 last.
38 last year, so we're doing 39 this year. 420 sessions, give or take, close to 420 sessions. I don't know. Every session and every day kind of blends into one.
Yeah.
It's going to take us about 5 to 6 weeks. We hope, as long as there's no cancellations. Hopefully, COVID doesn't play a factor in that as well, where we have to potentially go back. But it's going to be hopefully earlier this year and testing across the board. Correct? It's going to be.
Yep.
Which we're
Hopefully,
planning on getting earlier.
Yeah, that's the goal. Again, a bunch of different factors with that, but our goal is to get it knocked out as quickly as possible because we know you guys are itching for the results. So
Yeah.
we're rocking and rolling. We're looking forward to it.
I will get you back to fitting and dialing our testers in.
You gotta grab shot. All good. Yeah, so what they were talking about is we have about 420 sessions for our test, and what that means is 420 people walk through here and hit all the drivers on the market, and we're about 15% done so far. We'll be done a little bit quicker than last year. So there's about 15 to 20,000 shots probably that will be hit, and then we have our own proprietary algorithm that we've built that crunches all the data and finds out which drivers perform best from all different angles, distance, forgiveness, strokes gained, things like that. So any way that you want to slice it and dice it, you guys can look at drivers that fix slices, whatever that works best for those different characteristics and needs is what we're going to find for you. So
just a reminder, if you do want to donate right now, you can on YouTube and Instagram. No, just YouTube, I believe. But you can be entered into this donor raffle right now, and we've got 2 mystery prizes for you guys. So if you do want to do it, donate as much as you want, as little as you want, whatever. You will be included in that donor raffle.
all right, next man up is number 212, Matt Ritchie. Want to set a sub 70 TA3 iron set. I think
Right
that's
here.
this. Oh,
Right here. Now, I actually really like these irons. This is the company I was talking about before. Makes a pretty good looking product, and I really like them. I was actually debating getting a set and putting it in there because I just like the way they come off. They're very soft. Not this one, but the 699 version. The 699 forged, I really like. This one is a good one as well. So, congratulations.
Sub 70 seems to be leading that DTC space in the hard goods section. So, you know, irons and drivers and fairwoods and hybrids and things like that. For those of you that are not familiar with them, really, you know, a great company from a customer service standpoint. They make good equipment. It's tested fairly well in our testing. They stand out in customer service. They take care of people. And I think in the poll we did, in the survey we did, they won by leaps and bounds for happy customers. So if you haven't heard of them, check out Sub 70 in the DTC space. All right, next up is number 43, John Eastwood, a Callaway forged set of irons. Where would those be?
Callaway, they're in the box.
All right. So
I really like these irons.
you like these too?
Mm-hmm. You got a decent shaft in it as well.
Oh yeah. So that is the stick. And John Eastwood is the winner.
Good job.
All right. It's over here. All right, Harry, you're up. You want one?
Oh yeah.
I'll look for a question.
Richard Collins. Hey, I got one. Set of 14 TC 920 irons. You got your own Japanese brand right there. I don't know if you can see it. That one, and then we got one up there. Do like good iron, and they're all. I think these are pretty much brand new. I think.
Question was, how many shots do you hit in a given driver testing session? Great question. I don't think a lot of people understand the thought that has to go into the testing. It's not just people coming through and hitting shots into a screen. Years ago when we first started doing testing, we knew that we started out at about 80 to 100 shots in a driver test, and this is years and years ago. And what you learned was we went back and dove into the data and looked to see where the point of diminishing returns was, where people started to lose swing speed and, you know, performance. And what we're trying to test really is the best performing products, not how people swing a golf club as much. So what do we do now per session, Harry?
It varies on sessions. So driver sessions, amount of shots we hit.
Total for
total.
a session.
You're looking. I mean, right now we're going 3 drivers in each session, and we're hitting 14 shots in that session. So 14 times 3, and then when it comes to irons, we're actually hitting 16 shots, 14 and 12. 12 at pitch and wedge, because normally consistency with a pitch and wedge is a lot easier to get. We add it by 2 on the 7 iron, we add it by 2 more on the 5 iron, just because it's a little bit harder club to hit. So therefore we have more of a range to actually take in and look at. So on average, it's a shit ton of shots at the end of the day.
Yeah, for an individual person that comes in here for a driver test, they'll hit about 50 shots, 40 some for the shots we need, and then there's some throwaways for outliers and things like that. So about around 50 shots per test.
Yep.
All right. Let's see.
What else? What other questions do we have? Which simulator is best for indoor use? I answered a little bit of this. So under 1,000, I would say a Rapsodo and a Mevo. But if money's no object, you're looking at a GC Quad in around 18 to 20,000. If you're looking for a really good consistent one, but a slightly lower price tag, you're looking at a GC3, which when we did the testing, it was phenomenal and pretty much bang on. When it comes to, I would say, spin rates, you're looking at maybe 100 difference, which is nothing from what I've seen when I'm testing personal launch monitors. So you could get the GC3 or the Launch Pro. Launch Pro is a subscription model, but you come in at, I think, $299, and that's your base unit, and then you have to do subscriptions up from there. But with GC Quad, it's a $7K straight off the bat, one-time purchase, but you get everything included there. So yeah. That's mine.
We got a question. What about temperature testing with golf balls? Another good question. We do things around here called labs, which are just curiosity things where there's a lot of things done by golfers, whether it be folklore or myth, and no one really knows the answers to a lot of these things. So we try to dedicate time every year to some of these, whether it be line versus no line or hot versus cold golf balls. And we actually just did a hot versus cold golf ball test. If you wanted to go check it out, it's on the website now, and you can see all the differences in data. I will say this, after spending the last 3 years, spending a lot of time and effort and energy by the whole staff in testing golf balls, they might be the most important piece of equipment in the bag, just because it was amazing. One of the first questions I had when we did the ball test is, pretty much everybody plays a used golf ball. From after you hit the first shot, everybody's playing with a used golf ball. How much does playing a damaged golf ball in any way, scuffs, make a difference? We knew there would be some differences, but man, when you really saw the numbers, it was pretty eye-opening. So there is so many differences in golf balls that affect, no matter how good you hit the ball, if you don't have a good ball, it doesn't go where you need it to. So
well,
anyway.
that's and what going off of that is whatever ball you play, stick to that ball, because if you have, say, a Pro V1 one round and you go find a Pinnacle or whatever it may be, and then hit that one next, you could end up, I think it was something like 30 yards difference from front to back, from the longest ball to the shortest ball. So whatever ball that may be, you might have hit the same kind of shot, same contact, same swing, everything might have been perfect, but because of the two different balls, one's in the water, one's on the green, or vice versa. So what I've learned is just be really consistent with the ball. If you've got one ball, play it. If you've got a cart path, and obviously it all depends on how serious you are at golf, but a cart path scuff acts like a mud ball. From what I've seen in testing and from my own personal experience, it actually acts like a mud ball. So if it's on the left-hand side, it's going to go right, but you don't know how far it's going to go right. So I would just eliminate that kind of thing and just put that in the shag bag for your practice.
Great point. Next winner, I think this is the last winner before we go to the. Can't be right, is it?
I think so.
So we have Daniel Geis with a Honma TR21 3-wood. So that's
Yes.
this.
Yeah, no, we got 2 items left.
We have 2 gifts left. That's it. Okay, perfect. All right, so this is the prize for Daniel Geis. And once again, thank you to everybody for donating. Obviously, like I said, donations help us in a lot of ways. Every year, the amount of equipment we test is drivers, irons, fairway woods, hybrids, and all those things. But also, we had to do things like speakers and rangefinders. Pretty much anything you guys buy, we want to try to test to see if it's worth your money. And as a staff, we go out there and obviously buy a lot of that on our own, and so it helps support that. And then what we try to do is, after the end of the year, when we're done testing, we try to do this and give it back to the people that help support us. So we'll move on to the next one, and what we'll do is pick YouTube donors.
Yeah.
Okay. You, I think, have those. If you want to pick one.
I'll scroll back, scroll up. Oh, we can do it at the top.
I don't know. I was just looking at that number.
How about we? I think this is one. Yeah, you read.
Why'd you do that to me?
I didn't. Because it's your.
Yeah.
It's your turn to mess up.
Oh, okay. Well, I will pronounce. So, how sit for the donation from South Africa. So, how sit wins a what?
We got an Evnroll ER11, kind of murdered out putter. Really pretty sweet.
So that goes to How's It.
Thank you very much for that donation, man.
And then we've got one more to give away. Question that was asked about, if you slice the ball, should you put mud on the opposite side of the ball? That's another great question. We did that test. That is the mud ball test. If you check it out online, you can check to see. It's actually very interesting. You can fix a lot of your problems with slices and hooks by just putting some mud on the ball.
Yeah, if you're a big slicer, just put it on right-hand side of the ball, you might actually hit it straight.
Vaseline too. Works.
All right, Jack Clark. We have got, I don't know if you can see that big green thing right there, but this is a putting green. Hopefully you have a big enough apartment, house / whatever to have this, but it's pretty sweet. You can, they've got three different holes in there, put slopes in there, this, that, and the other. So congratulations to you, man.
That's a birdie ball.
Yeah, good
Right.
old birdie ball.
All right, I think that's it for prizes, right? All right. Well, Harry, you have any last words before we head out of here in the new year?
Actually, the 2 donors that just won on the YouTube, please email me at harry.nodwell@mygolfspy.com so we can actually reach you, get your address, and actually make sure you get your products. So, regarding the 2022 season, we didn't have much of an off season. We had a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a nice little break, and then we're back into it.
Yeah, I think we had a pretty good break. But this year is a little bit different. Everybody's kind of hitting the ground hot and heavy starting January 3rd or 4th with new gear. That's another thing. So for all of you that are watching, if you're looking out for the new gear that's coming out, you probably want to keep MyGolfSpy's website up and running pretty much all week from January 3rd to whatever the end of that week is, and probably the next week. There's going to be, how many products have you taken pictures of?
There's 14 embargoes on the 4th.
So 14 new releases just on January
one day.
4th, right? So that's a lot.
Ridiculous.
So, and the rest of the week there'll be a lot too. All right, prediction for the winner for 2022 driver test. I know you can't say some of the names, but name the brand.
TaylorMade.
I'm going the same. I'm going TaylorMade, Callaway Cobra, Titleist Pink.
I'm going to go TaylorMade, Cobra, Titleist, Ping.
No Callaway.
Callaway.
Okay. Snuck them in there in the top 5. It's going to be a good year this year for drivers. So we got a lot of good options out there. They got them dialed in this year. So anyway, everybody, thank you so much. Like I said, we greatly appreciate it. We can't do this without the readers, obviously. If there's anything you guys want to see us test or want to see us do here, always let us know. Send us an email. And in the meantime, we out.
All right, that was good.